So what are your responsibilities with Frito-Lay?
I am primarily dedicated to the research and development function for their meetings and events. That is my primary duty. There's always administrative tasks that go with that, so I'm responsible for the budgetary, the marketing, as well as the meetings themselves.
And how many meetings are you doing a year in that division?
Well, it depends on the economy. So I would say anywhere from 45 to 95 a year that I'm solely responsible for.
With about how many attendees?
That varies as well. It can be 5 to 400, but that includes a lot of in-town. I would say off-site, out of the DFW area, there's probably about 35. Those are my big events.
And are those international or?
I have just picked up some global meetings, and there's about 4 or 5 of those a year.
Wow, that's great. Keeps you busy. What is your favorite thing about being a meeting planner, or favorite things?
Being a meeting planner is an education every day. So I would say the travel is most fun. While it takes me away from my family, it's nice to see new places, meet new people, network with people. I enjoy that quite a bit. Being a detailed, project-oriented individual, I like to see it come to fruition. It's a good feeling when everything works out. So I would say, overall, I like my whole job.
Great. Wonderful. And you are a CMP, which is Certified Meeting Professional, or Certified Meeting Planner. Professional. Okay. Can you tell our audience what the value of obtaining a certification is?
I believe the value of being a CMP, a CMM, and all the other industry-related designations is the credibility. It's hard to get past being a party planner. Even now with a CMP, working towards my CMM, it's really hard for people to understand it's not just planning a meeting. It's strategically making sure people are focusing on their content. By my taking care of my portion, they can do their job. And while it seems like that's an easy thing to do, there's a lot of things that can fall through the cracks, and it's my job to make sure that they don't. So having the designation says, I've got the education behind it. You can have a college degree that gets forgotten. A designation, 3 little letters behind your name, really adds to the credibility. I liken it to the CPA of the meeting and event industry.
And a lot of questions we've been hit with lately is what process, how would planners get started for their CMP? And can you touch on that and what Dallas-Fort Worth area especially has to offer?
MPI DFW, I think, has probably, after talking to several other planners, probably one of the best programs I've ever been through. I don't think I would have passed being a corporate planner because it is typically geared towards the hospitality industry, the hotels, the convention bureaus, and things like that. They're all very valuable, but they're a different side altogether. So MPI DFW has a 6-month-long program where they go through every section of the books in which you are required to read. Then they have a university, which is a weekend-long process of taking test after test after test, and those questions are hard. It's not so much, I would say, that the content is so difficult to learn, but it's the inferences that you may miss. And so it was invaluable to me. Now the CMM program is a little more difficult for me, but I'm working on it, working diligently on it, I might add. And that's a whole different mindset. CMP is about the logistics and making sure your details are covered. Your CMM is more oriented towards making sure you're thinking strategically for the best interest of your corporation, for the best interest of your group, for the best interest of everyone involved. And I think it's a whole program.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Well, we know that you are a member of the Plan Your Meetings community, so I would love to hear your feedback about Plan Your Meetings. What would you say your favorite things about Plan Your Meetings are, and why would you recommend it to others?
I've been in Plan Your Meetings now a little over 1.5 years and been on the advisory board, and I'm very thankful, and thank you for allowing me that privilege. But I would say what it has done for me, the value of it for me, is the intimacy of it. It's not humongous. MPI is very, very large. NACE is very large. All the other groups that I can't think of all their acronyms right now are very large. And planning your meetings is a smaller, intimate. You get to know people better. You get to speak to them on the level you deal with every day. And I like that. It's easier for me to make friends. This business is about networking, so you want to see the same people over and over with a new mix every single time. And planning your meetings does that beautifully. So for me, that's a huge benefit. And the fact that it comes to my city helps too. I like that.
Well, Susan, thank you for your time today, and thank you for your support of Plan Your Meetings, and we will look forward to seeing you when we return to Dallas next year, if not sooner.
Thank you very much. It's been my pleasure.